Alright, everybody. Welcome back to another stream. Another day. So, first things first, we gotta go check the vault. We got a bunch of quests. New week. Oh, and we gotta go check out something else. That's that. First, we need to pick this up. Super Bloom. Accept. We go over here, because it's the weekly dungeon quest.
The Isles have awakened. Guard against chaos.
Then we go and we see if there's anything cool in the vault. I hope we get something cool. Staff, bracers, no. Well, what's this? Yep.
The widest selection anywhere.
Belts or rings? So we need to do that for the belt, right? Yes.
Hope to
So that'll upgrade our belt. Where'd it go? And belt. Nice. Okay, where is it? Crit haste. Okay, but we need to go do the Super Bloom first, because that's what's happening right now. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How y'all doing? Getting back in the swing of things. New Year. I do have a 24-hour live stream that I did over the New Year's. New Year's Eve to New Year's Day. It's on my YouTube channel, but it's not watchable yet. It's still processing. As soon as it's done processing, I will do a post about it.
Dream beneath the trees.
Need to go catch. Okay, we need to go. There he is. Come on, Spruce Crown. What's her face? There she is.
Welcome. Thank you for your time.
There we go.
Once I fell asleep in the nesting grounds of a flutter of fairy dragons. They where was I?
I'm coming.
Once I fell asleep in the nesting grounds of a flutter of fairy dragons. Quite refreshing. nest.
So, I've been getting back into Pokemon. I know, it's... So when I was young, long time ago, many moons, I was in a group home. And one of the things is everybody wanted to get a Game Boy Color because it was the new thing, and everybody wanted a Pokemon game. And Pokemon games were all the rage, so there was, back then, this was in the late 90s, early 2000s, I don't remember exactly what year, say 99 or 2000, somewhere in there. But everybody in my group home wanted a Game Boy Color, and pretty much that's what most people got. It was yeah, it was a relatively big group home.
Need you awake.
But anyway, I had gotten Pokemon Red and my Game Boy Color, and I spent many hours collecting Pokemon. Fighting gym battles. I beat the Elite Four. It was really good. Just keeps buzzing. I'm charging my watch and it keeps buzzing. It's annoying. So anyway, I got a Game Boy Color and I got Pokemon Red. A bunch of people had different color Game Boys. Because this was when they came in, like, the Game Boy themselves came in a variety of colors. And, basically they tried to get everybody different colors. And I ended up with a magenta Game Boy Color. I loved that thing to death. I actually got teased a little bit because people said it was pink. It was not, it was magenta.
One must always return
Nice.
to the mundanity
I just got my
of
thing.
the Emerald Dream.
Nice. So I just completed the trading post and got my trading post enthusiast. That's awesome. I did not know it was going to happen this early. I know it was getting close
I fell
the
asleep
other day.
in the misty realms of a flutter of fairy dragons. But I'm awake.
Burden of unrelenting justice. That's it, man.
But I'm awake.
That's dope.
I slept like a log.
So I did collect cards for a while. One of the first places I stayed
A dream fruit, young one.
after I got out of that and I was in my own place. Hey. Words. But when I got my first one of my first places, I did collect Pokemon cards for a while, but then Yu-Gi-Oh came out, and that became my new obsession. So I sold my Game Boy Color to buy some Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and I never really got back into Pokemon. I did for a little bit when Pokemon Go came out, because it was free. Also, at the time I was trying to lose some weight, so I used that as like an excuse to make myself walk. It's like, if I'm gonna walk, I need to be doing something fun, otherwise, then so
I need to target something first.
So I've been playing Pokemon Go on and off, but that was really the only thing I had to do with Pokemon since I gave all my cards away a long time ago to a little boy who had his Pokemon cards were damaged in, the sink had overflowed or something. He was my neighbor in a building that I was staying at.
Once I fell
Because I didn't have any use for them, so I may as well give them to somebody who would appreciate it. And they were Pokemon from the first series, from Fossil and from Jungle. They weren't anything crazy. I didn't have any super like expensive cards or anything like that, and they weren't. I don't think they were first edition or anything. I definitely didn't have a Charizard as much as I wanted one. So I gave them away and I sold my Game Boy, but now I got a really, really good deal on a Nintendo Switch from a friend. A professional friend, I should say. So I decided, well, now that I've got a Switch, let me go ahead and get the newest Pokemon game. So I picked up Pokemon Violet. And as part of that, I downloaded Pokemon Home. And I found that I could transfer Pokemon from Pokemon Go, Pokemon Home, Pokemon Violet. And several years ago, in the Pokemon Go, there was an event where you could get a bunch of shiny Magikarps.
Stay with us,
Like if you
Ultimate.
live near
We need
water
you
or
awake.
something. I don't know if living near water was a thing. Specifically, I just know that I went down to a little park down the street from where I live, and there was a river. There's a river there, and I know that's where I caught the shiny Magikarps. So I transferred one of the shiny Magikarps to my Pokemon Violet, and I'm going to level it up to a Red Gyarados. So needless to say, I'm rambling, but I do have some other Pokemon games. One of the places I stayed for a while, the guy I stayed with had a DS that I was able to get when he bought a new DS that had like a Stormtrooper, like it was a Stormtrooper DS, I think, or something like that. I know it was white and it had like the Imperial symbol on it. Again, it's like 15, 16 years ago. I don't remember all that much. But I did get his DS, and I did end up getting a couple of old Pokemon games. So I have Leaf Green, a couple of other games. I know I have Pokemon White. White or Black, I don't remember. I got it right here. I do have that DS. So I have... What is this? So I have Pokemon White. Ah! As I drop it all over the place. So I have Pokemon White. And then I have Fire Red. That I found on sale. For like $30 back in the day.
I don't have a target.
I think I got that at like a GameStop or like a game replay or something. And I think I have another one somewhere. I don't remember exactly where it is. I think it's in that closet. I need to bust that open. There's actually another thing that I'm going to be doing here, probably in the next week or so, is I need to bust open that closet because I got to move some stuff around. And in that closet, the very bottom, there's a big plastic trunk that I need to bust out because there is some stuff in there that is ancient. Like from the 90s ancient. So I definitely want to bust that open because there's some stuff in there that I'd love to like open up and do a video on. I haven't like gone through that. Well, I mean, I've looked in the trunk in the last couple of years, but I like didn't really spend time looking in it, like trying to identify stuff. I was just kind of looking for something that I was looking for, but I thought I remembered it was in there. You know what I mean? I mean, everybody's had that time where they need to find something, they think they remember where they put it, and they just kind of go through the trunk or the chest or the drawer or wherever that you think you had it, and you don't really pay attention to what's actually in it. It's one of the things I need to do one of these days. Definitely on my list. By the gym slot.
Our ritual will not be stopped. Life may be fragile, but it is resilient.
Target something
Ew, Morazan's Rise. Gross. Nice.
I hope you are here to help. Farewell.
Drop me something good. Ooh. Right, forgot. So we did find out today, I think the news was released today, is that the next patch comes on January 16th. And that's going to have the follower dungeons, the return to Gilneas, a bunch of cool stuff, the epilogue for the story. What is that quest? Living Dream Seeds, right? I need to pick that up anyway. Ah.
How may I help? Good luck, friend. Del Nadris.
Right. So. Okay. I need to do. What is seed? What is that rare? What's that? Okay, whatever. There we go. Let's go to this world boss.
This new foe is too powerful to face alone. Gather what forces you can find and remove this threat.
Alright.
This new foe is too powerful to face alone. Gather what forces you can find and remove this threat.
Oh, and I want to give another shout out to my friend, Print Merch LLC. This is not a sponsor. It's not an ad. He's just a friend of mine. And I really like the stuff that he's been doing and posting. He does like a drop shipping thing. And he has a store that has all sorts of really cool Dungeons and Dragons, gaming, a bunch of nerdy Marvel, DC, cool stuff. You should really check it out. It's really awesome. Nice. Fudge.
I'm out of range.
Your efforts have brought us together in triumph. The wildlife here has been driven into a dangerous frenzy, threatening the smallest of our kind. You must save them.
The destruction to the north displaced much of the local wildlife. Can you document how they are dealing with the change of habitat? The resilience of this land's denizens astounds me.
I don't have a target. I need to target something first. I need a target. need to get closer.
I knew you would not fail us. Your actions have saved many.
It is an excellent day for a race. Come fly with us. Nicely done. You and your Drake are exceptional.
The fires used by our enemies have driven many Wave Striders and Lashers to rage. Protect our shores from the violence.
far away. I need to get closer. I'm out of range. I need a target. It's too far away. I need to get closer. I don't have a target.
That is much better. The natural flora and fauna will have space to thrive again.
See, I knew that would happen. So like I was leveling for about 12-ish hours, 12, 15 hours. I was leveling my new Tauren Shaman that I had started working on for the live stream. And I knew that would happen.
The Jaradin fires flare once again. We must stop them before they become a blaze.
You know, I did all that, and you know, my traveler's log was going slow because all I was doing quests, picking herbs, skinning mobs, and you know, I got some traveler's tender from that. But I knew the minute I started doing like end game stuff, like this stuff here, I knew that it was gonna take over.
Ishnu Dal Dieb. Be careful. Hello. May the stars guide you. Farewell.
Tattered roller cloth.
My wares were made with knowledge. Thank you for sharing.
I can't carry any more of those.
Anyway, one of the things I was talking about is how I was playing Pokemon Go for a while, so I transferred some Pokemon from Pokemon Go to Pokemon Home, and then from Pokemon Home to Pokemon Violet, which is really freaking cool that I can do that. And now that I have my Pokemon Go registered with my Pokemon Home, and that all connected to Pokemon Violet and my Switch, I really like how that's gonna go.
What brings you here? A Shah-Fela.
Yay. That's done. Back. Over here. Plant some seeds. Nice.
Hello. Farewell. Goddess watch over you.
I'm out of range.
Feel free to browse. Be careful.
enemies continue their onslaught. Our help is needed quickly.
This thing has been through hell. Like, the only way that this thing is so old that the only way that it would power up is if it was plugged in. So, let's see if it powers up. Got too much stuff on my desk. Oh, this could be bad. I haven't plugged this thing in like, before I did anything, I would have to... Ooh.
Honored to meet you.
Let's see. Yeah. So dreaming worms. Outgrow the use of dreaming crests during Dragonflight Season 3. So, all of my stuff is now beyond the dreaming Drake's quest. Now I need, what is it, Worms crests? Yeah, I need Worms crests now
Fair
before I
skies
can
and strong
do anything else. Vaskarn. Vaskarn. Who the heck is Vaskarn? I don't know. So very similar to Worms crests. Turns out that, well, it's complicated. If you'd like, I can help really from Drakes into Worms crests now. Well, hello. Okay, so he can, because I've outgrown the use for those, I can upgrade them now to Worms crests?
I offer you my aid.
Wait, that's Beskar.
We are united
So,
in purpose.
I can turn Whelplings well. So I can turn Whelplings into Drakes, and then Drakes into Worms. Well, hello and howdy do. That's good to know. I didn't know that that was going to happen. Let's shard this stuff.
I have many, many wares.
Oh. Okay.
Farewell, friend of the Grummles. Many deals for a friend of the Grummles, like you.
It is a world of wonders.
I can't use that.
Let's go back to Valdrakken. So we're done here. So let's see. Do I have a screwdriver tiny enough? Where's my little one? That one's too big. Where are my tiny screwdrivers? Here we go. Bet you any money that the battery in here is corroded to all crud. Not really. Doesn't look that bad. I mean, I know it's been like drained to 0 for a very long time, but I mean, considering, I mean, it really doesn't look that bad. I mean, probably could get a new battery for it. What was it? What did that say? It was NT's. I mean, to be honest, I should get a new DS because this thing is... Where is it? NTR003. Should write that down before I forget. NTR003. Okay. Huh. It actually started up. But it is saying that there is no DS card and there is no game pack. Wow. I'll take a look at that later. That is very, very sad. turn this in. Says I need to do 4 mythics, huh? Well, that's no problem. I was going to do more than that anyway.
The waters flow again.
Complete. So where is the... San Onaran Plains, huh? Good to know. So, what is the 467? So it's here. The contacts look clean. I mean, any number of different things could be wrong with it, and I'm not exactly a specialist or super knowledgeable about.
The mountains are mighty here. Plant our banners to mark what the Dragon Scale expedition has discovered.
Sad.
Nature seeks balance in all things.
BC, now I don't know if it's got to be the DS though, because both of the cards are dead. Or not dead, both of the cards. Wow, words, I can't talk today. Both of the cards are not reading, so I doubt that both of those cards would be gone, because they were both, like, they're in really good condition. The DS is beat to shit, but it was beat to shit when I got it, so that's sad. The thing is that, like, I can't transfer anything off of those as much as I wish I could, because there was an app that you could get on the DS that allowed you to transfer Pokemon into something called Pokemon Bank, which is the older version of Pokemon Home. And you can't download that anymore, so either you have it or you don't. What's really messed up is that I kind of want to see if I can find someone who has a 3DS for sale that has Pokemon Home Bank on it, so that I can play all the way back through those Pokemon games again and send all of my favorite Pokemon. But there's really no point, because most of my favorite Pokemon that I was able to get, I don't have those cards anymore, because they were all the old Game Boy Color cards, and the ones I have now are the Game Boy Advance cards, which are different because they're not the original games. I'm rambling, I know, but I really would like to have, like, my old team. I'm in the process of recreating my favorite team. It's just, I'm also having trouble remembering what my favorite team was. The thing is that I know, like, most kids when I was dumb, when I was young and stupid, it was Charizard, because I always started with Charmander. Like it was Charizard, Moltres, Zapdos. Charizard, Moltres, Zapdos, Articuno, and Mewtwo. Like that was most of the time that was my team. Which isn't the greatest team in the world, but like I also had a Beedrill that I really liked. That's my Beedrill. It's one of the first Pokemon that I fully evolved outside of the starter. Because I never really... I actually have a shiny Weedle on my Pokemon Go that I'm going to transfer over and fully evolve if I can. And I know I'm getting way too far into this Pokemon thing, and I know that that's probably not healthy considering my obsession with WoW. It's just another thing to obsess over. Try to building up my old collection. Because I was pretty far into completing the Pokedex. I had like, of the 151, I had, I want to say like 115 or possibly more. And I think the main reason I didn't get some of them is that you had to trade. And I, of course, am a nerd, and I never had any friends. And the biggest problem that I had with the ones that have to trade to evolve is that where I was, like, even though everybody had, you know, Game Boy Colors at the group home, everybody had Game Boy Colors, and there was a number of people that had Pokemon, nobody had a link cable. It was the one thing that none of us thought of. And then one kid did get the link cable, but like he was like super stingy about it, and like he wouldn't like let anybody use it unless they were a part of the trade, and it's just not worth the hassle, you know? Not that it was the end of the world one way or the other, but like I was able to make a trade with him. I traded him a Magmar and an Electabuzz in order to get my Gengar traded and traded back, which was annoying. I had a pretty cool Fearow too. I was always the weird one, is I didn't really like the like you know, Pidgeotto and Pidgeot. Like I never really liked those. I went out of my way to get a Spearow so I could get Fearow. Same thing with Weedle. Like a lot of people went the, you know, Caterpie, Metapod, Butterfree.
Adorable.
I went Weedle, Kakuna, Beedrill. So I know a number of people that had either Venomoth or Butterfree, and I was stuck around with my Beedrill. I like my Beedrill. Especially early on, man. You get a Beedrill, and you get a frickin' Jigglypuff with Sing. Oh, God. So you would switch Jigglypuff in, you would Sing, they'd fall asleep, you'd switch out to Beedrill, and you'd do, what was it? Poison Jab or something like that. I forget the name of the move. But it was pretty effective if you did it right, and then he would start to wake up, and you would switch back to Jigglypuff and do Sing, and then you'd go back. Jigglypuff was massive for crowd control. Not crowd control, but, well, yeah, I guess considered crowd control. I wasn't crazy into the status things, but I did try to have a couple of moves that would inflict them. So I think like Electabuzz had something that had an ability that could paralyze, and then Charizard had an ability that could burn. So like I tried to make it so that most of my Pokemon had an ability that inflicted a status effect. And then I worked very hard to get my Abra into an Alakazam, and that took a while. Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, the only way to get Alakazam was through trading. Like, you had to trade a Kadabra to get it to become an Alakazam. I love that. I love that trade, that trio. Back then, Chansey was a normal type. And so was Clefairy. Because that was before Fairy type existed, before Dark type existed, and before Steel type existed.
I need to get closer.
Because Steel type didn't come later. And then it was, like, what, Steelix, Scissor. Because, yeah, that was the other thing, is, like, Scyther was really, really cool, but you didn't get him until much, much later. So, like, that's who I switched out my Beedrill with, was with the Scyther later. I find it interesting that in Pokemon Violet, there's an area where, like, old Safari Pokemon are just there. Like, just, you know, wandering around. Like, you can get a Tauros, like a Tauros at, like level 15, 10, 15, something like that. Because, like, one of the first areas, they, like, there's, like, packs of them. It's like, jeez, man. Tauros used to be, like, a really rare Pokemon. And now it's just, random cows. I mean, not that I'm complaining, mind you. I just find it interesting that there's a section where you can find, like, literally Scythers just up the wazoo. And now you have to, like, don't jump through all these hoops to get them to frickin' evolve. Because you gotta, like, trade him with Metal Coat, right? In order to get him to become an Excisor. It's not that I mind. I'd really like Scissor, but it's just one of those things where it's like, I'd really like to not have to deal with trading, because I don't have a lot of friends.
And show them what's what.
And I really want to complete the Pokedex. Like, I need to see if I can even transfer my Abra to the Violet. Because I don't know that I can. Because I went to go transfer a bunch of Pokemon earlier today, and, what is it? Oh, well. One second. Really? Really? Yeah. It was Bronzong on Pokemon Go. Not that Bronzong is a hard Pokemon to catch, but I've never caught him in Pokemon Go. I have one in Pokemon Violet. And yes, I have Pokemon Go going. One thing I'm kind of sad about is that you can't transfer all the the cool event Pokemon into Pokemon Violet. It kind of makes me sad. Chubachoo. Oh boy. What was I doing? What was I doing? Oh, Dream Search. Sorry, I got distracted. Got too much stuff going on. I find it hard. I'm not saying it is hard. I'm saying I find it hard to get all of the frickin' Dream Surge coalescences in frickin' Onaran Plains. Like I said, I'm not saying that it is hard. It's just, it feels like there are so few of them compared to like Valdrakken, where they're just everywhere. Or even Awakening Shores. And like you can find a bunch in Azure, what is it? Azure Span. Like I feel like they're everywhere in Azure Span too.
Have you seen
but like,
some
look,
of
I mean,
these creatures in the Onaran Plains?
Onaran Plains is just
Adorable.
plains, and like they're really only there when you get close to like the rocks and stuff. Which I get that that's, you know, the whole point is to make you fly.
A foul arcane creation lurks in this area. It must be destroyed before it causes any havoc.
Ever since the Primalists came to the plains, it's as if the elements themselves are thrown into chaos. Help return the land back to its natural state.
Have you seen some of these creatures in the Onaran Plains? Adorable.
Always temper your strength with wisdom.
That was hard to unplug. And it's hot. I don't like that. We're not plugging that back in again. I really don't like... I don't like that that got hot like that. Okay. I know it's old, shush. Heroic difficulty Emergisil and Mythic Keystone Dungeons 11 to 15. Maxed out on Whelpling crests again. Alright guys, I'm still tired from the 24-hour live stream, so I'm gonna go to bed a little bit early tonight. Like I said before, there will be no live stream tomorrow. I am taking the day to rest and relax, and I have stuff to do. But I will be back here on Thursday night at my normal time, 10 to midnight. I will see you guys then. Alright? Love y'all. You have a good night. Bye-bye.